Hey Joe, Nick O'Neill here with Leo Digital SEO. Man, do appreciate you for reaching out. And yeah, so we got this video here for you, and it's gonna give you 3 pointers on your business, right? So I do know that you don't have a website up, and that's all right. We got your Facebook right here, and then we're gonna use your top competition in Raleigh, North Carolina, as an example for you, right? Since you don't have your website up yet. So Epoxy Floor and Raleigh, they are the #1 competition over there in Raleigh. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna have 3 points for you, right? And it's gonna be content, backlinks, and citations. And then I'm gonna show you why you want to start implementing these points for your business and just how it ends up generating a ton of traffic for the business and a ton of jobs, right? So let's go to your top competitor's website and use them. So first things first, right, is content. And generally, Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words. Now, that's depending on competition and the number of keywords needed. So, if you're asking what a keyword is, Joe, a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So, in your content, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for, right? So, I know you don't have one yet, but you're going to want to get one up, and it'll all come around here at the end of the video as to how important these things are, right? So we got these guys' websites in a word counter. We can see where they're stacking, and go figure, they're at least 1,500. So they're at that 1,700 mark. So when you do get a website up, you are going to want to get it up to 2,000 so you can beat them out, right? For two reasons. One's going to be for Google doesn't consider your homepage website an authority until you hit that about 1,500 mark. You're going to want to get it up to 2,000 because they're at 1,700, right? So that's where you want to get it. And reason number two is going to be for these keywords that I'm about to show you. You want enough content so you can place these keywords throughout your website for Google to pick up so that you can start driving in more traffic. Now, if we go over here to a tool that I have called Ahrefs, it gives me more in-depth details on websites and competitors' websites. There is free tools out there that you can use to get some of this information. This is just the one that I go with. Going forward into the keywords, right? I want to give you a couple of better idea for those keywords that your top competition is using. So here are those keywords. If you were, wondering more about those keywords, these would all be beautiful and perfect for you. So just to give you a little the down low on them, resin floor in Raleigh, North Carolina, that's just one keyword. And then the volume, that's the amount of people searching for it monthly, right? And the KD is going to be keyword difficulty. And it's on a scale from 0 to 100. And so basically, the lower this number is, the easier it's going to be to rank in Google for this word. The higher it is, the harder it is to rank for it. And when I say rank, I mean to rank in this position right here. When someone puts in epoxy coatings, Raleigh, North Carolina, it's going to be how hard or easy it is to rank in this section right here, right? So that's for the keywords, and then that's the amount of traffic they're getting to the website monthly, and then that will be their position. So these are the keywords that a couple of the keywords that we're seeing for the top competition, Epoxy Floor and Raleigh. Let's go on to point number 2 for you. So when you do have that website up and running and you've got that content out of the way, the next thing you're going to want to do is a backlink. Now, a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to your website. And so these links, they act like an endorsement of your website from others, and Google uses this to build trust in your business, basically, and your website by seeing others, quote unquote, vouching for you. The best example I can give of this is, in Google's eyes, it's like a popularity contest. Whichever website has the most people pointing back to them, or in this case, the most other websites pointing back to their website, is winning that quote unquote popularity contest, right? So if we look at my tool Ahrefs over here, we got them in here again, right? We see that they have 2,000 backlinks and they've got 441 other websites pointing back to their page. So the idea is, right, if it works for them, then it will work for you. And we can go in and see exactly what websites do they have pointing back to them. So then here would be the websites that they have, quote unquote, vouching for their website and pointing back to them. So you go in, create an account, and make a post, get a link going back to your page, and that would count as a backlink. So I do want to point out that not all links are created equal. So it is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best. To further that point, you're going to look at this number right here. That's the domain rating. This is on a scale of 0 to 100. So the best example I can give of this is the higher this number is, then the more power and emphasis Google puts on this website right here. The lower it is, the lower the power. So you want to stay getting links back to your website from high powered websites. So you want to stay up there, and then once you get below that 20 range, that's when it starts to get a little shaky, right? One of these could outdo, I don't know, five websites that have a 20 DR, right? So very important to keep quality over quantity. Now, if we go on to the last point that we've got for you, Joe, we're going to look at this map pack section here. It's going to be a very important one, and it's going to be more of the shorter profitable ones for you. So I did not find a Google business profile for you. You are going to want to get one of those set up, right? And so the last point for that is going to be a citation. Now, a citation is anywhere your business name, address, and phone number is exactly as it's shown right here on this Google business profile. So these citations, they help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they can generate huge amounts of revenue. For an example, if someone put in epoxy coatings, Raleigh, North Carolina, you want to be in that top 3, right? They want to be able to see you in that top 3 because nobody's going to go to page 2, page 3. They won't even click more places to get business from them, right? The top 3 is generally associated with popularity, and as we know, people love what other people go with. So these citations I'm talking about are included in directories like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBB, and there's hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts are great too. For an example, right, you have your Facebook business page, okay? And once you have that Google business page, your Google business profile made, on that Facebook business page, you want to put your business name, address, and phone number on that Facebook business page, and Google would read that and count that as one citation. So then you've got Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and the list goes on and on and on, right? The same for all those other directories that we talked about. And the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. The larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you and your website, right? And once they start to see you more often, these cats right here, the more likely it is they're going to rank you above them. I can go ahead and say, Joe, right now that it would not be too difficult to outrank these cats right here, right? You want to get them reviews and those citations up. You only got one 5-star rated company, and they've only got 11 reviews. So not too difficult to do. I would say in 3 or 4 months, you can be at the top of here, and everybody be seeing your name for that, right? So let's go ahead and recap, Joe, real quick to bring it all around. Once you get that content up, well, first, once you get your website up, you're going to want to get that content up of 1,500 to 2,000 words. You're putting those keywords in there as well that I showed you. And then once you get those backlinks pointing back to your website, you're starting to win that quote unquote popularity contest, right? You're getting those links there. And then last but not least, go ahead and create you a Google business profile. And you want to get those citations and those reviews up. Well, once you start killing in all 3 of those areas and outdoing the competition, well, let's see why that might be so worth it, right? So these cats right here, Epoxy Floor and Raleigh, they are getting 73 people to their website a month. And that's off of those 3 points that we were talking about, right? So let's say it's your website now and your Google business profile, and you're getting 73 people to your website a month. And let's say out of those 73, let's say 30 decide to actually pick up the phone for your services. And then let's say you and your team close out only half of those. Well, that's 15 new jobs a month. That's a month, right? That's not for the year. That's a month. All for those 3 points alone that we talked about, brother. I don't know what your profit margins are right now, but I would guarantee that 15 new jobs a month would, have the necessity for you to upscale the business to keep up with it and put a good amount of profit into your pocket and the business's pocket. So yeah, Joe. That is what I do for a living, and I'm creating this video in hopes that it will start helping you generating leads online and more jobs, brother. If you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling the business, feel free to reach out and I can help you with some more information, or we can talk about the goals and I can do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for you in the business or what it might take to reach those goals, Joe. I do appreciate your time and I just ask that you leave one line of feedback. Again, my name is Nick O'Neill and my cell is 832-728-9003, or just hit me back up through Facebook Messenger, right? Feel free to reach out. My door is always open. Have you a blessed day, and I really hope that this helped. If you have any questions, let me know, brother.